I'm here on the campus of East Central High School this afternoon. We welcome the visiting Wagner Thunderbirds for this varsity matchup here in 27-6A between the Wagner Thunderbirds and your East Central Hornets. Welcome my co-host tonight, Barry Huff. Say hi, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
So Wagner coming off of a tough game versus Steele last week. East Central had a bye. Let's hear a little bit about that Wagner game last week versus Steele.
Well, late in the game, it ended up being 28-14. Late in the game, about 47 seconds left, Wagner scored. But it was a great match. In fact, East Central had a little trouble with Steele early in the season. But Wagner, who uses a ball control, running, and more running offense, was able to control the tempo of that game. Now, they do pass a lot. They do pass occasionally, normally streaks, meaning that they're going to send their receivers deep, maybe some deep ends, maybe some dump off to the running back. But really, they're going to be focusing on running to the edge and isolating some defenders. East Central's pretty stout in the center, in the middle at linebacker. But really, I believe Wagner's going to really attack those edges and try to be really athletic with their offensive play dictating the clock.
I don't know if you know or not. Well, that quarterback follows those running backs out to the edge and perhaps run an option or that sort of thing, or is he going to stand there in pocket and hand it off?
So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be some different looks. What you're going to see, you're going to see a little run pass option where the quarterback is reading the edge of the line. If the edge defenders, like the defensive end or maybe the linebacker, comes up, they're going to try to draw those edge defenders in, and they're going to either pitch or whatever they do or choose to throw. But really, they're not going to throw as much as any of the other teams that East Central have seen. It's going to be a lot of run, and you're going to see run, occasional deep pass, and it's been their formula for years. And by the way, it's Wagner's second year back in 6A. They were just dominating 5A when they moved down because of attendance. That's how the UIL classifications go. Just dominating, almost making it to state, but it's really about running for them.
So they have that theme, that formula, and it worked very well, as you mentioned last week versus Steele. Whenever you can be in that tight of a game with a Steele Knights team, then that's something to say for yourselves.
Absolutely.
East Central, as we said, coming off of a bye. The week prior, we had South San. A well-played game. We handled it. We should have, and we did.
South San, God bless them, for years they have been they've growing up, being a San Antonio guy myself, I'm used to seeing them being very competitive, very gritty. And South San was very gritty, but just for that game outmatched, I will say that South San has had some difficulties moving into this ultra competitive district, as with East Central, of course, but East Central definitely owned that matchup, and it seemed like they could score at will.
This is anybody's game tonight. I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to guess, Barry, you're also going with the home team?
I think I might too. Of course I will. East Central,
both going with the home team,
way.
Of course. I like this one tonight. It's going to be an exciting game coming up. Very warm evening, actually somewhat mild, I could say, compared to the last few days, the last few weeks we've had. Slight wind blowing the flags at the corner of the stadium. Sun going down on the far ridge. Lights are already on here at Hornets Stadium. When I say the right side of your screen, I'm referring to the south side. That's where our big Jumbotron scoreboard is. At the north end, that's where you'll find all the snacks at Two Sharkies Concessions. They've been around here forever. Do you like Two Sharkies Concessions, Barry?
I love it. Unfortunately, so does my wallet.
So you don't get free food, is that what you're saying?
I don't. But I do love Sharkies, Two Sharkies Concessions. They've been here for a while. They do everything for us here, and it's great to have them.
Great to have Two Sharkies. We got the band there as well at the north end. The band will be performing at halftime. This side of the field, the side where you probably don't see, is the home side. Got all of our fans down there dressed in pink tonight in support of breast cancer awareness and the cure.
And I believe that all proceeds from the sale of those East Central Fight pink out shirts do go to a breast cancer cause.
And Barry, by the sound of our stadium announcer, Brandon Oliver's voice, here comes Central Hornets. Trailing the team, you'll see number 11 there, Jack Stewart. No reason to be trailing. He's probably one of the fastest members of the Hornet squad.
He's a caretaker. I think that's what he's doing.
East Central cheer members setting up in midfield, ready to put their show on. And fans, we will pause here in our broadcast booth for the playing of our country's national anthem. Please stand in honor in your own way.
At this time, we ask that you remove your hats as the East Central Golden Hornet Band, under the direction of Mr. Ron Garza, will now play the national anthem.
And there we go, fans. Your national anthem presented by the East Central Hornet Band and your color guard from the East Central JROTC Battalion. I always enjoy the national anthem, Barry. Being a former Army soldier myself, I like seeing these young kids who are a little bit rough around the edges sometimes put on their best and go out there and honor our country in a way that's special and meaningful to them.
It's really interesting when you think about honoring the country. This is really their kid. East Central's kids are really all varsity level kids' first taste of what it really means to serve, regardless of the score, or regardless of the day. And it's in a small taste of what an enlisted person or retired person did for their country. So to give them that honor, there is nothing wrong with that at all. So, and to be quite honest, the Wagner Thunderbirds, that community is right next to a base, and so it's not unusual for them to know what it means to serve as a family or serve service members as family.
All right, here we go, fans. We're getting set up now for our opening kickoff. Let's set up the Hornets back to receive at the north end of the field. Number 3, Trayshawn Johnson and Austin Vivier, backup quarterback, by the way, back to receive for the Hornets.
We talked a lot about Wagner. It's interesting that East Central's philosophy has always been to run first, but they do throw a lot. But this year has been really hardcore running, a really dedication to running, especially led by Caden Basenko, and Austin Vivier starting to stretch himself a little bit.
Watching some of the freshman plays last night and hearing a few things around the way, I think we're going to push that running a little bit even heavier in one particular aspect tonight. We'll leave that up to you to find out. Reverse on the first kickoff to Trayshawn. Trayshawn on the near side out to the 38-yard line. Brought down by number 22, Darian Thomas. First down, Hornets at the 38.
Little trickery at the point of catch, and just great blocking up front and just running full steam ahead. It was a beautiful return.
Caden Bosenko, your longtime starting quarterback for the Hornets, put up number 2, I believe. Not number 2. Let's see who our receivers are. There are 5 receivers set, 3 up top, 2 down on the bottom. Bosenko gets one off to the middle of the field, incomplete, through the fingers of number 39, Kenyon McClure, their running back.
Caden Basenko's very elusive back there, running hard, but very elusive. Ball just off target, but I love that little drag that McClure ran across the middle.
8 and 26. Austin Vivier, Quincy Brown set up on the right side, the receiver. Up the middle, Bosenko's pass incomplete to number 11, Jack Stewart, who is lining up left side today.
This is really interesting. Normally what we've seen them do early in games is run. They're giving Wagner something to think about. They're dropping back. When they watched film this week, they saw something about Wagner that made they felt acceptable to passing.
Third down, and all 3 plays have been 5 wide receivers. This time Bosenko runs up the middle, might have a difficulty holding on the ball, but he's got it when he hits the ground. 94 on the tackle is Nehemiah Hernandez.
Coming in at 6'3", 245 pounds. Wow.
And only a junior.
It's amazing looking at some of the size they have. Linebacker 6'3", defensive lineman 6'3".
And that's a fit 240. That's not a bunch of chubby guys there on the front line. These are tall men up front there. Bosenko back 10 yards from ball is batted down. And we had a couple of receivers deep. Paget on the far side.
But Albert Lotta, another 6 foot defensive end, put his hand up, knocked it down. Wagner ball, unfortunately.
Greg Williams, another defensive in there, Number 88, 6'3", 210. Only a sophomore.
Look how they have it all packed in for Wagner.
First and 10, Wagner at the 42-yard line.
They're going to run that. This is a wing T offense.
Quarterback number 11, Isaiah Williams, hands off to the inside. 14, the ball carrier, brought down by one of the front linemen there. Looks like number 95 for the Hornets,
Piñones.
Michael Piñones. My man, Michael Piñones, great guy.
I will say there's going to be a heavy dose of that. Wing T offense. Wow.
Nice hit. Nice bring down by the corner there for the Hornets. Number 3, Trayshawn.
Also in on that tackle looked like number 22, Elijah Simmons. But you're going to see a lot of that, a lot of short throws. They're going to try to make they feel that they're one-on-one, their guys are going to be superior to our guys. And so far, our guys are up to a challenge.
Third down
short.
and 3, yes, sir, at the 35. That's going to be a penalty against the Hornets, taking off a little bit early, watching the motion of that H-back and listening to the cadence of the quarterback threw them off a little bit. Wagner players pointing to East Central. No objection by the Hornets.
If you're at home, you're hearing a little bit of an echo from the white hat for the head referee. That's the same thing we're hearing here. You didn't hear that encroachment. Hornets first down.
By the way, we're hearing a lot of bit of echo.
That's an illegal shift, but they're going to let it play on.
Wow.
No, they're supposed to let it play on. 2 players in motion, legal shift. This is going to be a
Pitch off to the running back number 4. Tripped up by number 4 for the Hornets. The runner, Joshua Collazo. Jonathan Martinez on the tackle. But that's going to be another first down for Wagner.
when you have 2 men in motion like that after they're set, I thought that was called an illegal shift. And I guess they weren't set yet. But it does appear that that would have been a legal shift, I thought. But it's not. First down. First and goal.
And off to the running back. Nice tackle in the backfield by number 22 for the Hornets, Elijah Simons. Loss of about 5 on the play, it looks like. Second down now and goal to go.
So we're packing it in the middle, which leaves the secondary one-on-one or man-to-man, and they have to make those tackles. And Simons has been up to the task so far.
Another flag on the play. It's going to be against Wagner this time, I believe. False start against Wagner.
If you look over at Wagner's bench, they're a 6A school, but they still have small enrollment, and the football team is not very deep in terms of number of athletes, and that could come into play late in the game. Not a lot of substitutions.
Runner right side has a lead blocker who does his job. And Wagner down to the 1 yard line, inside the 1 yard line. Number 4, Joshua Collazo.
Outstanding block by the Wagner wide receiver. Just took our cornerback deep, and there was nobody left.
As you said, that cornerback was there to make that one-on-one play, but except it was 2-on-1 that time. So the running back got by the block with the ball.
You're going to see some outstanding blocking from these wide receivers for Wagner today.
Quarterback handles it himself. Touchdown, Wagner, Isaiah Williams.
Coming into this game, Wagner did not throw the ball that much. In fact, as a team, they've only attempted 20 passes for a total of 103 yards.
41 Medicine Mlondani for the point after. 7-0 Wagner with 7:50 to go in the first quarter. And fans here on our Jumbotron will be honoring, and you can honor as well, our athletes of the week, Destiny Hernandez, cross-country runner, and our other athlete of the week, Zachary Vidal, senior football player here at East Central. Congratulations to both of those athletes on their fine achievements here at East Central High School. Austin Villier and Trayshawn Johnson back again for the Hornets. Wagner kicks the ball out of bounds. That will be a penalty. That's the rule. You can't do that. Hornets will have a choice whether to have them re-kick, and that looks like that's what we're going to do, or to go ahead and take the ball on the 25 area.
Whatever was closest to that ball where it went out.
Okay.
But if the kicker is inconsistent, you want them to kick it again. So that Essential's done some scouting of their own. And of course that goes from top down, from the offense to the special teams. If he kicks it out of bounds, what does the play sheet say? What do they want to do? They're going to make him kick it.
And 41 again. Merce Mlondani with the kickoff for Wagner. A little bit straighter, a little bit deeper, and they go with the reverse again. Trayshawn runs the same corridor. Trayshawn may be gone. Trayshawn is gone. Touchdown, Hornets. Touchdown, East Central. Trayshawn Johnson looks like about a 93-yarder. Untouched.
Just great blocking up front. They just opened up to daylight, and he looked like he was sprinting from the moment he touched that ball. Just absolutely brilliant run, great blocking, good special teams coaching.
An absolute carbon copy of the first kickoff, except one defender might have been 3 feet short of Trayshawn this time, giving him just enough room to make it down that sideline. Touchdown. Trayshawn, touchdown, Hornets. Point after good. Kicker number 49, Daniel Gauna. And there, folks, ECHS spelled out by your East Central Hornet, JROTC.
We have so many athletes out here today, cheer, football, of course, but we also have these JRTC who does so much. They lift, they run, push-ups. It's just a lot of work that these athletes put in. So really appreciate JRTC for locking it down for us.
So every week, as you may or may not know, Barry and I are cooped up in this, what is it, about a 8x8 little cube up here, Barry, at the south end of our press box. Right behind me is a door, the only entry to the press box. So as you hear the door opening and slamming shut, That's because we're kind of right here in the hallway. That's where they set us up. We enjoy being here. We don't mind if you don't mind. You fans out there on Facebook, on YouTube, we'd love to hear what you have to say. Send us your comments about the game, about the broadcast, about how your week was, about East Central. Nice attempt at a onside kick. Recovered, however, by Wagner at the 45-yard line.
It's a nice gamble. It's a nice gamble, especially if you have a team that's running. If you can get them in long-distance situations, that running style does tend to bite you in the butt just a tiny bit. But they're testing Wagner's discipline, and Wagner was disciplined enough to be ready for that onside kick.
Wagner lines up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. One running back tossed to the running back, has that front blocker, but East Central now is adjusted. They have help on that side. Did get a good pickup of about 6, which is better than 26. 14 Montreal Terry on the tackle. They're liking that pitch off to the right, Barry, using the speed of number 4. They had a blocker, but this time East Central did have some help over there.
They did, and we'll see how that goes on. I wonder what type of adjustments they're going to have to make for that.
Same play.
Coming right back
Toss
out.
to 4 with the blocker 22 in front, but there. Push out by 42, maybe Mark Pena.
Yeah, they're liking what they see. Wagner is coming hard off the edge because East Central has to be committed to stop the dive play, or giving the running back the ball right behind the center. But that edge is going to be open, and the cornerbacks have to stay committed.
Abel Vasquez, number 12, I believe, on the last tackle. Hand off to the front runner there. First man through does not get through. With thanks in part to looks like Damian Painter, 57, is in fact Blake Miller.
But there was a flag on the play, so we'll see what happens there.
Not helping them out tonight, that false start.
No, but you're right. So they had a lot of penalties so far. Potentially, probably should have had more on that one shift, or that one illegal shift we thought we saw earlier. But if they keep running to the edge the way they do, they tend to make that up.
They fake the run to the right side, go left this side. Quarterback is tripped up by number 3, Trayshawn Johnson. Quarterback number 11, not Jack Stewart, that's our player. How about Isaiah Williams, number 11 from Wagner? Unable to make it to the original line of scrimmage, so 2nd down and 11 right now.
Again, come out in the wing T, they're going to run this. Yep, right up the middle.
Right up the middle it is, number 14. Takes our safety, number 14, Montreal Terry. Trayshawn Johnson also to pull him down. First down, Wagner. Ball at the 15-yard line.
Wagner's offense is a really old style of offense, and one would say, why can't we stop it? Because we don't normally see offenses like this. All the dives, all the cuts that they're doing, it's really beautiful old school football.
14 again, up the middle is Jeremiah Cherry. Ball inside now to the 7-yard line.
You're going to see a lot of substitutions on that defensive front for the Hornets to counter some of all that extra torque, that extra leverage that Wagner's weighing down on them. And the reason why they're offsides a lot is because they're coming off the ball so hard.
2 wide receivers left. The matchups look good. No real big height advantage. But Wagner runs it to the right side this time. Pickup of about 3 more yards, down to the 2. And that's enough for Wagner. First down and goal.
And here we go, another substitution for the Hornets, number 98, Tegan Viator.
Hornets look real heavy on that right side of their defense. And that's where Wagner runs. But, very close. No, it's going to be a touchdown, Wagner. Just over the goal line. Quarterback keeper, Isaiah Williams, touchdown.
Well, they only had to go 55 yards because of that onside kick. Again, it was a good gamble, very good gamble, because ultimately Wagner's going to wear down a defense with this just running, pounding away, and you want to get that offense a chance to wear out Wagner, who has really small numbers.
Kick is up and good by their kicker, Mercy Mondani. With 4:17 remaining in the first quarter, 14-7 Wagner. Here in the stadium, our fans and staff are honoring our teachers of the week. Ms. Leonard Larson, math teacher, and Mr. Eric Vasquez, coach of the week, is our head baseball coach. Thank you to Ms. Larson, Mr. Vasquez for their great service here at East Central High School. We appreciate you both. So here we go. Hopefully we'll have another good series. We can settle down a little bit and look at, well, hopefully we don't have another good series. Let's have another run back. But I'd like to see what the Hornets are sticking with, what adjustments they've made based upon the Wagner defense. Londani kicks off, and Hornets go fake the reverse this time. Up the middle is going to be number 8, Austin Beavier. Austin has the speed. He might have gone all the way to the other sideline and then turned it up. He's a fast little cookie, they say.
He is actually their second leading rusher, 222 yards, averaging about 6.5 yards per touch. He also, second string quarterback, also thrown for 52 yards and a touchdown.
Well, that's where a lot of his yardage came while he was a quarterback. So a lot of that yardage gained as a quarterback. But, yes, he is fast. He will catch a ball. He'll play safety. He'll defend. Austin will do anything on the field and specializes in those speed positions. How about that play there? Handoff inside to, I'm going to guess, Kenyon. Looks like 39, yes, sir. They put the wide receiver in motion deep behind the quarterback. Quarterback takes a look but hands it off inside to Kenyon.
I like the look of that play. I like how that was grinding. Good job up front by the offensive line. That's what we need. Pound, pound, pound. See if we can work our way down the field, give that defense a break a little bit.
Hornets load up the line on the left-hand side and send Kenyon that way. Kenyon, McClure, look at him, turn it on. Flag, I believe, on the play. I saw the referee's hand up, but I did not see the laundry land. Kenyon McClure.
Great blocking up front. Even that receiver on the outside edge, making sure they block all the way down.
There is indeed a flag there at the 32-yard line. I don't know what that could be. There were 3 defenders surrounding Kenyon, and that's kind of the spot where the flag was thrown. Maybe a holding foul, it looks like. Holding against the Hornets. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It's going to be a first down still with the pickup on yardage. Now, Barry, let's see if they set up that same way again. I'd like you to describe the formation. They were really loaded up on the left-hand side. They had a tight end over there, maybe an extra lineman as well. Keep an eye out for me if you could, and when that arises, let me know.
I promise. Like a pro set with the tight end. Oh, good patience. Oh, quick.
Kenyon again brought down in the backfield this time for a loss of 1. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. 35 on the tackle is Corey Thomas.
There's a lot of patience that our running back was displaying, but you can't be too patient back there. Wagner is so quick in that front 7. Got to put your foot in the dirt and go.
2nd and 10 from the 43. Bosenko claps once, hands off to Kenyon, makes the cut, puts on the speed, and gets the first down for the Hornets. First down, Hornets.
Essential's taking thinking Essential's doing kind of what Wagner does. Wagner likes to attack the edge, making sure that we have the leverage to get a first down or get good yardage. And in that case right there, it was a zone left. The running back saw the hole open up, put his foot in the ground. First down, Hornets. Great run.
First man to touch him was the safety, number 12, Brendan Martin. Kenyon again, this time up the middle. Plenty, as you said, of speed in the middle of that Wagner defense. Give the tackle to number 10, Nathan Western. Pick up of a couple. It's going to be 2nd down now and 8 yards at the 28-yard line.
Positive yards, that's what counts. But again, give that defense a rest. This is a great drive for the Hornets so far.
I say Kenyon again. Hornets say quarterback keeper. And Caden pickup of about 2 to the 25, 26-yard line. We'll make it 3rd down now and 6 yards to go. Jack Stewart, not a pass thrown his way yet. The leading receiver for the Hornets, number 11, lining up close to the line there. Almost in a tight end position there, so close to the line. And on cue, Jack Stewart, touchdown, 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 Hornets. Touchdown, East Central.
Jack Stewart lined up, as you said, the tight just off the line, almost in tight end position, but he ran a deep post right in the corner. Beautiful throw, on time, back of the end zone, man-to-man coverage, no help from the safety, touchdown, Hornets.
Such an accurate throw. Jack did not break stride. Just a pleasurable jog to the corner of the end zone. Sticks his hands out. The ball is there. Point after attempt is good. With 57 seconds left in the first quarter, your score tied at 14.
Now this is a game. That is truly exciting. Looking at the schedule, knowing that East Central did have trouble with Steele early in the season, and seeing that Wagner had a good show against Steele, one would think that, oh my gosh, we might be in trouble. But I will say, good coaching, good preparation on both teams. 14 points in the first quarter. Again, let's see what happens. Can East Central keep this momentum? Well, I hope so. Again, good game plan so far. Easy ability to drive downfield, great passing. Not so much heavy reliance on Caden Bosenko to run the ball. Those running backs and the offensive line playing well.
There is not a coach on this side of town that would not love that drive. A long drive, running plays, take up clock time, tire out the defense. Awesome run, awesome drive by the Hornets. No time for an onside attempt here, right, Barry? Just kick it away.
Well, they're ready for it now, but you never know how that ball bounces. But maybe the defense is rested. They're going to kick it away, although they have all those speed guys back there. Makes me wonder.
Well, they do go for it. Oh, nice.
Oh!
Hornets recover. That's the indication by the Hornet players. That's the indication by the side judge. Hornets recover.
They had all those skill players back deep. Why not? That was a risky gamble, and that gamble paid off. Let's see if East Central can turn that into a more grinding offense. 52 seconds left.
Moral of the story, never listen to my predictions.
Or mine.
But you said there was a chance they might do it.
Oh, I think you said that, but
I said there was no chance they would do it. Or I suggested that they would not do it.
There's always a chance, but play clock is running is 3, 2, 1. Are they going to get it off?
That's just a quarter.
Ooh.
Oh, timeout, East Central. East Central gets the timeout in.
So anytime that there is an official stoppage, whether it's an official's timeout, whether if it's a timeout on the field, whether it's the end of the quarter, the play clock is set at 25 seconds. If it's a regular play, like a regular pass play or running play, the play clock is set at 40. And with that change of possession, that was an official stoppage, 25 seconds, and East Central just wasn't quick enough to get everything going. We're just kind of too pumped getting ready for this next drive.
It's one of those rules that only someone who studied the game knows.
Yeah, some nerd like me. Some bench riding, stat taking nerd like myself.
How many different benches have you been on at East Central, Barry?
Well, in middle school there was football. In high school it was only basketball. It could have been more, but I was too scared to play football.
Gotcha. Officials not quite ready. Don't like the ball that's out there. Let's switch it out.
So what you have is it has to be leather, and maybe they had like a composite ball, that mix of leather and plastic and all that stuff. Or actually, it was Wagner's ball. They're checking it. The composite ball, is it leather ball?
It did look quite a bit different in color.
But it was Wagner's ball after all. And so now East Central has their ball out, 1st and 10.
Handoff to probably Kenyon. No, that's 26. It's going to be Quincy Brown.
Quincy Brown is the 3rd leading rusher for the Hornets. He's been a workhorse early in the season. I think that's his first carry of the night. He's averaging like 4 yards a carry. It's a heck of a attack by number 7.
Well, first carry of the night, that's because the first 2 series they had him lined up as a wide receiver when they had those 5 receivers out.
Clever.
.61, the tight end in motion, lines up on the right, or 91, lines up on the right-hand side. Run to that side and pick up of about 5, 6 yards on the play.
Such low center of gravity. He was able to, thought he slipped, but he actually gained his footing. And he got some great yardage, good blocking. It's interesting they're attacking the right side of the field now as opposed to the left. Very interesting.
End of the quarter it is. You know, I almost have to go action figure to stretch my neck farther enough around this little room we're in to see the score. Barry, can you give me the score there?
Absolutely. At the end of 1, it is visiting Wagner 14 and your East Central Hornets 14.
We're interested in what you have to say out there in Facebook and YouTube. I got a few chatters here on Facebook on my end. Correction, I'm on YouTube on my end. Haven't heard from you yet, so I'd like to hear what you're thinking of either our broadcast or the game or both. Or if you'd just like to share some experiences from your week here with East Central Athletics or with East Central High School, we'd love to hear about it. Second quarter now beginning. It's going to be Hornet ball. We got a 3rd down. Am I correct? Third down now and about 5 to go. At the 42-yard line of Wagner.
Yeah, long 5, almost 6. Let's see what they're going to do.
Caden Bosenko rolls to his left. He's a right-handed thrower. He hits Jack on target. First down, Hornets. Caden Bosenko to Jack Stewart. Like butter. It was smooth. It was right on target, Barry.
It was a laser beam at the only place it could be caught. And using Jack's length, Jack ran his receiver off. They're playing a little loose, little on the edge there.
Kobe Sanders, the defender, was right on him. His hands were a mere few inches from the ball. So nice throw, nice catch. Run to the right side again. They line up that 91 or 61 on the right side to be the extra blocker for Kenyon. Kenyon picks up about 2 or 3 yards.
They had the ball at the left hash, and he had all that room to make extra choices. Good blocking on the edge by that receiver. Great blocking. Helped him spring for about 3 yards when there's really no yards available on that play.
The guy I'm looking at, Barry, is the tall fellow 61 here on the left-hand side. He's the one that's been going in motion. They have that wing back there now off the line. Is that what you call him, a wing back?
Wing.
Uh-oh. Did not need that tackle to happen 5 yards out of bounds. Kenyon McClure, the ball. Kenyon McClure, the ball carrier.
In defense of that athlete, I mean, obviously that was a penalty. Obviously. But in defense of that character, that apparent penalty, he was running him out, and you play until the whistles blow, and the whistles were a little late. I am an official, not a good one, but sometimes those whistles are late.
Unnecessary roughness, late hit. I see where you're coming from, Barry. He made the hit. All momentum was going toward the sideline, toward the ground. You know, you can let go and see what happens, or, I mean, you might just fall down with the guy in your hands. But maybe a little more effort to release the guy. I don't know. It's a tough call.
Maybe they just want to put some more weight on that body that he takes out bounds.
We
don't know.
Caden sees a lot of room. Oh! Will it go? Will it go? Samuel Padgett, number 6, with a brilliant catch, but was it outside the end of the end zone?
It was outside the back of the end zone. Yeah. The referee waved it incomplete, but a great catch. Just a little bit too long on that throw, but it's easy to be too long on those throws. Those receivers are tall. Nice.
Fairly sure that was Samuel Padgett, number 6. Usually lines up opposite of Jack. Where he is right now, Jack Stewart, number 11, our leading receiver on the left-hand side. Samuel Padgett up top, or the right-hand side of the offense. Second down. Kenyon inside. Plenty of Thunderbird there. Loose ball, but the Hornets recover. .26 was the tackle. Eddie Sanchez.
This is where Wagner really has to. It's a battle of attrition now. These long, extended drives make kids tired. They get hurt a little bit. Kids lose their helmets like this one. Wagner's not very deep on that bench, but very athletic on the field.
Caden looks for a receiver, finds. Oh, way over the head of all. Might have thrown that one away.
It's that same play that almost that got that first down earlier. Little deep out.
I may be imagining things, but has Caden got better, Barry, at getting rid of the ball when necessary?
He is so quick on that release. He really is. It just looks obvious as a senior. He has had the best of times and the worst of times, and he's obviously grown in terms of all those experiences.
We're going to go for the 3-point field goal, and it's up and good. 3-pointer by Daniel Gauna.
Every time he comes on the field, I'm like, golly, automatic. Guyana-matica.
Well,
Ghana-matica.
hold on before you start messing with that name, because Mrs. G got with me last week and discussed my pronunciation of her son's last name. And we had a little conversation out in the parking lot. And wouldn't you know it, when I got up here in the booth, I forgot everything she told me. Did she tell me Gaona? Did she tell me Gauna? So I spent the rest of the game just wondering. And I'm still wondering, is it Gaona or is it Gauna? Maybe Mom can come up and tap on the window and help me out.
For those at home, that's Gauna. So
it was a Friday night. I was tired. The stuff was coming through my ears, but it was just not sticking in my brain. So sorry, Mom. I remember the conversation, just not the details.
Oh, Wagner's in a
Wagner is
kick.
ready for their onside kick. Too deep, and the rest of them, well, within about 10 yards of where that ball should land. Yeah, Gauna sends it deep this time. However, out of bounds. As they say at the volleyball games, you can't do that. Can't kick it out of bounds.
But it's probably worth the penalty from an East Central perspective, because those track stars in the back of those returners for Wagner, they might break. And so to play a little cat and mouse, that's worth giving up. It's worth it. Plus, they still have to drive 70 yards for a touchdown.
Whoa, nice tackle. Raised him off his feet, number 23, the tackler for Hornets. That's Aiden Pathafone. Now, if you have not seen Aiden perform or play out on the field, that is not an unusual hit for him. He goes about, what does Aiden go, about 3'2"?
He's much taller than that.
Much taller, 5'10", I'm sorry. He's actually taller than I am. But Aiden will make the biggest of hits out there on the field.
That wing T action.
Number 22, the running back, Darian Thomas, picks up enough for a Wagner first down. Ball at the 24-yard line, 1st and 10, Thunderbirds.
Defense nice and rested. Let's see what type of adjustments they're going to make. Central's coming out 3 down linemen. It's been the case most of the game.
Oh, handoff to number 1, it might have been. It is Markel Ford, number 1. A new running back, new player on the field for this series. Makes it out to the left-hand side for another Wagner first down at the East Central 45-yard line.
Wagner's known for having just a stable of running backs, just one right after another. They'll come right at you. Great blocking up front by the big boys on the offensive line.
Oh, nice hit. How did that happen? Number 4 on the tackle.
Along with number 42.
Jonathan Martinez, along with 42, who is Mark Pena.
He hit that hole shot out of a cannon, only to be stopped by a brick wall. That was a heck of a hit.
Some sort of Newton's laws going on there. Hand off to the running back, number 1. That's Ford again. I would like you to watch, Barry, how Ford, he's a running back. He's set up into 2 hands down position. I don't know what y'all call that in football.
That position is actually labeled. I mean, he's actually labeled listed. I mean, it's a running back, but 2 hands down, normally fullback position. But again, you'll see this same offense run by Navarro High School, sometimes by Cuero, a lot of 2A schools.
Maybe he doesn't have 2 hands down, but it looks he's kind of staring at the ground. It just looked a little off to me.
He just comes hard. Look how close he is to that line.
Yeah, exactly.
Fullback position, 2 back. I think they were calling.
Handoff to Ford again. Ford gets another first down for Wagner.
He's getting these in chunks. 5 yards here, 2 yards there, 7 yards here. That offensive line is just working hard. He's outflanking East Central at the moment.
Sent 2 receivers out right side this time. Ransaw 18, Gaddis 15. As well as number 4, Collazo, tight against the line. Collazo in motion. Quarterback keeps it, but nothing doing there. Big stop by big number 99 for the Hornets, Ray Espinosa. Espinosa exactly where he needed to be for that tackle, and he executed.
6:07 on the running clock here in the second quarter.
This time around to the right-hand side. Not a good idea to turn that back in. Hornets in pursuit. Number 4, though, Joshua Collazo picks up 5 on the play.
Good blocks up front by Wagner, but East Central fought through, rallied to the ball. It'll be 3rd and 5.
At the Hornet 29-yard line. Lone running back. Ball goes to him. That's Ford again. Ford managing to get, as you said, 4 and 5 yards whenever necessary. And by necessary, I mean enough to keep that drive going. Another first down.
As close as he is to the line, as hard as he's coming off the ball, the center and the guards double teaming, sometimes triple teaming our nose tackle, Piñones. That's going to be available. That's going to be available all the time.
Can we squeeze the guards in a little bit tighter and work on stopping that?
But then you still leverage out. You're outflanked by other members of that line, so you have to stay true to your position and hope that the linebackers will make plays.
And looks like linebacker did make a play on that particular run. About number 10 for the Hornets and number 99 again, Ray Espinosa. Number 10, Cornell George, with his first hit of the night. Cornell usually appears on the stats board a little bit more often. A few more tackles. Good to hear from number 10, Cornell, that defensive end, number 10. Quarterback pitch to number 22 in the backfield. Turns the corner, pushed out of bounds just near, but possibly before the first down yard marker.
Zachary Shook for the Hornets almost had the tackle. He reached out a little bit too early. It's a good block on him, but he reached out a little bit too early. If he could just stay low, if he could maintain that outside edge, it might have been helpful, but a little too quick on the grab as opposed to just staying true to form. But it was a great run by the Wagner.
22 was the runner. Darian Thomas. Quarterback this time follows the running back. And 23 for the Hornets, Aiden Pathathon just jumps inside and takes him down. He says, out of my way, running back, I'm going for the quarterback. And he just darts inside and grabs a hold of him.
4th and 1. I wonder what Wagner's going to do.
Timeout, Hornets.
That's a great timeout for the Hornets. Great timeout.
Fans, I don't know how well you can hear it out there, but our mighty East Central Hornet Band is out there warming up. They do have band competitions throughout the month of October. If you get the opportunity, hit one of the band members up, ask them what's going on, and get out there and support them one of these Saturdays. They love the crowds. They love the support. They love to show you what they've been working on all year. So go out and support your Hornet Band.
Well, it's 3 minutes, 23 seconds left in the first half. East Central 17, Wagner 14. Wagner, 2 strong drives to score. East Central mixing it up a little bit. Nice throw, beautiful. You know what do you say about 20-yard throw, 20-plus yard throw from Caden Masenko to Jack Stewart. But before then, East Central down 7-0. Timely. You said a 93-yard touchdown run on the kickoff by number 3, Trayshawn
Johnson. Yes, sir.
So it's a great contest, great game.
All right, here we go. 4th down and 1. Wagner send 2 wide receivers to the right-hand side. The lone running back is Ford again. Ford's been doing what he wants inside, and Hornets get drawn off sides, it looked like. No flag, I don't see. If it holds, the Hornets may – oh, this is going to be – is it? But they hold. That's the call. We don't know what the call is. Okay, so they're pointing towards Wagner, meaning perhaps they did the false start. Because there was definitely all kinds of movement at the time of the snap.
No flag on the field, though?
Barry, it's been a long time since we've seen a chain measurement. And this one looks like it's going to go in favor of the Hornets. Yes, it is. Hornet defense holds. First down, Hornet.
Oh, my gosh, the Hornet defense needed that win right there. That was a heck of a drive from Wagner. It was just their MO. Drive, run, lean on the defensive line. East Central running in and out of players, the tire players on the line. And when it counted, the East Central defense bent but didn't break. 4th and short, were able to hold. That's 3 minutes, 17 seconds left in the first half.
Let's call them out. Nose tackle, Michael Piñones. Defensive end, Ortega. Defensive end, Espinosa. Linebackers, Hernandez, Peña, Vidal. Cornerbacks, Simons and Terry. Safeties, Trayshawn and Jonathan Martinez. Great job, defensive players. Some of them hardly ever get their names called, but they're doing their duty.
Now, somebody's name we call a lot this year, number 26, Quincy Brown, taking that. Will be good 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line for the Hornets.
And we'll line up. I don't know who that other running back is on the right side of Bosenko. .32, it looks like. However, the pass is to the right-hand side to Jack Stewart. Jack, steady, makes the pass. First down, Hornets.
The Hornets are driving. It's 2 minutes, 31 seconds left in the first half. Clock is running.
You know, that looked like a tough catch, and it was, but the play was just too easy. One-on-one with Jack. Bosenko hits him.
It came on a frozen rope, and it knocked him down.
Yes.
It was a great pass. Great catch.
Bosenko deep this time. Looks for number 7, Avery Kane.
He lost his perspective in the lights. He put his arms out a little bit too quick, or maybe he could have run underneath it. But, my gosh, early in the season, Caden left, Caden right. He just run. Now, Caden has found his rhythm. That offensive line has found their rhythm, keeping him clean so he can make sure that – so he can just put the ball on his receivers this game.
You used to make that catch all the time out on the asphalt, didn't you, Barry? Before you ran into the car parked on the side of the street.
painfully.
Handoff inside, no gain, get back to the line of scrimmage. Tacklers include number 87 there. Perhaps 97 John Rector or 87 Albert Lara.
Hornets have one timeout left. There's 1:44, 1:43 left on the clock.
Bosenko with running backs to either side, on either shoulder. Handoff, it's going to be a reverse to the right side. Austin Vivier has speed. Look at Austin outrun them all. Look at Austin. Austin is going all the way. I'm calling it. Austin's going all the way. Touchdown, Hornets. Flag on the play. Officials are trotting back to the original spot of the play. Holding on the Hornets. Of course, what else would it be? Holding on the Hornets. But what about the run by Austin Beaver? Hey, I said when Austin turned that corner and headed upfield, yours truly called it. I know the speed of Austin Beaver. I'm an Austin Beaver fan, and now you know why.
I'm also a fan of Cade Bosenko because on that double reverse that they ran there, Cade Bosenko, who they called the penalty on, I believe, was leading the block. He actually sprung Austin. He was blocking that cornerback. They said probably a little bit too good, a little bit of a hold, but he was leading the charge, just sacrificing his body. Caden, a little dinged up this year after doing all that running early in the season. Not afraid to spring another Hornet player.
Fans are still charged out there looking for another one. That's going to be third down now, 13 for the Hornets. Looks like a timeout East Central, and it is.
1 minute, 18 seconds left in the first half, and that was Hornets' final timeout of the half.
3 whistles by the official indicates that all 3 timeouts have been used by the Hornets. Three per half is what they're given. What goes on in a football timeout, Barry?
Well, a lot of things. Normally, first of all, timeout is about 30 seconds long, sometimes 60 seconds, depending upon if it's the last time or not, or what the officials are doing on the field. Ultimately, they're just probably telling players, look, we have no timeouts left. These are the sets. These are the base sets we're going to run. There won't be a whole lot of looking towards the sideline, except maybe this first play. But what are the next 3 plays? And it's going to be up to Caden to really look and see. But what you're seeing right now is the base set, no substitutions.
Oh, we got Zachary Shook, 32, underneath right behind the center. Caden Bosenko, the quarterback, 5 yards deep, taking the snap, looking for a receiver, looks at Jack. Jack double covered, but Jack. Now Bosenko threw a great ball. That's the only place it could have been caught.
That was great coverage too. That I don't know if that was there, but that was a good look, trying to make a play.
Kobe Sanders, number 3, Jeremiah Longoria, number 7, double teaming Jack.
I think that they were willing to take that shot because now Wagner, who just methodically goes up and down the field, it's only 1 minute, 10 seconds left on the clock. They feel that maybe Wagner doesn't have it to go vertically in the passing game, although they have a ton of athletes in the skill position at Wagner.
Hornets bring a tight end for the left-hand side, and we have a penalty.
I think a delay of game.
Or illegal substitution? No, it's a delay of game, indeed. 5-yard penalty. Moves the Hornets back to the 24-yard line.
It's going to be I like how East Central does punts. I don't like that penalty, but I like how East Central does punts. They'll have the kicker do rugby style, which kind of throws off the rhythm of the person back deep for the other team. And so to counter that speed that they're going to see back there.
So they teach them to do that. I thought that was just a kicker's preference that they chose to kick that way.
They trained them to do that. See it, rugby style there. Kick it towards the out of bounds. That's not a terrible punt at all. They have 65 or 55 yards to go for a touchdown or get into field goal position.
With about a minute. Again, can't stretch the neck that far, but what does the clock say, Barry?
Exactly 60 seconds, like you said. How about that?
How about that? I did say that. Wagner quarterback looking to pass with a big roll to the right-hand side. Coverage downfield still allows the quarterback, number 11, Isaiah Williams, to pick up 5 on the roll.
And it also allows the clock to continue to run. Wagner, by the way, has 3 timeouts left. The clock is running. 41, 40, 39.
Quarterback keeper left-hand side this time. Stopped. Give the partial tackle to 21, Juan Hernandez. There were some other big hits coming from the right-hand side. 44, maybe Timothy Huff. No relation to my colleague.
Possible relation.
Possible relation.
There's possibility.
Have we been looking into that? Or you just think there might be?
I have been looking to that, actually.
Okay.
But that was a big hit. I big hit, whoever that was, if that was J.J. Hernandez or whoever. That was a big hit. That was a nice stop. Ultimately, there's 31 seconds left on the clock, and it seems that Wagner's content to run left, run right. I would suspect that they're going to try to bust one deep because they do have the speed on the edge. Those receivers have been blocking very, very well on the edge for Wagner, but they also have a lot of speed.
So when you're looking into the Huff relationship thing, is this all about the bench, Barry? All about the bench thing? You don't want to be you want someone in your family to not have rode the bench. Well, let's just shut up and watch what's going on here. Wagner, reception to the right-hand side of the field. Injured Hornet player. He's up.
Nice, he's hurt. But he works himself off the field. Officials timeout.
We do have an officials timeout.
That's the type of throws that you're going to expect Wagner to make. Those dump routes, those dump offs to a streaking running back, not necessarily to the receiver, but to the running back. And you already seen how hard those running backs run. To be able to get them in rhythm, in stride, let them run down that field. There, now it's 22 seconds left on the clock.
And about the same number of yards to make. In fact, the exact same number of yards to make for a touchdown. If they could go 1 yard a second, Barry, they'd be in the end zone. Nice pass once again. Officials will go ahead and stop the clock. He rolled out of bounds there.
14 seconds left on the clock. It's a tough pass. He's rolling to his left, right-handed quarterback, throwing back across the field with the defender almost on his back. Looks like timeout. Is there a timeout?
No, the official said, I believe he rolled out of bounds. They stopped the clock on the far side. Oh, but yes, it is a timeout. I see the Hornets gathering.
Now on our big scoreboard, it doesn't say timeout. Like I said, not noticing it, but it is timeout Wagner because Hornets
have used theirs,
timeout.
yes.
Yeah. 14 seconds left.
You were commenting on the difficulty of that last throw. Not only that, but the receiver was having to look over his shoulder and catch the pass that way as well. So nice throw, nice catch.
I suspect there's going to be another play like that. Maybe one more play for them. They're probably going to attempt a field goal, possibly. But Wagner, they've run so much. They've run the wing T, so you're probably going to see them run tight end drags, meaning that the tight end, wherever the quarterback rolls, the tight end will release off the offensive line, run behind the linebackers or just in front of the linebackers, and run to the same side that the quarterback is rolling out to.
Quarterback is up under center. Number 14, we have not seen him in the backfield much, Jeremiah Cherry. And one more timeout. Oh, we have a flag on the play.
Another offensive penalty against Wagner.
Well, you know, if you're East Central, I might almost want them to try to throw a pass more than be sure about a 4 to 5 yard run. East Central is doing that on purpose. I know that for a fact now. Oh, speaking of doing things on purpose, pass outside to 22, Elijah, correction, Darian Thomas.
Drag route.
Just like you called it, Barry. Same play. East Central is doing that really quick, hard shift with 2 or 3 people along the line. That's an intentional attempt. I thought it was just accidental last couple of times I saw it, but I've seen it now 3 or 4 times. Trying to drag that Wagner front line off sides.
9 seconds left on the clock.
Watch, they'll do it again. Watch the East Central. No. Pass complete, but no gain on the play. Trayshawn Johnson with a great tackle for the Hornets. 22 again, the receiver is Darian Thomas.
That is a big fella. What is that number 22 going? He has really good size.
He's 5'11", 185, a senior.
Pretty good size. He's a running back. He has to be, or maybe a tight end, or one of those wing tees that they have over there. Wing backs. The great Trayshawn has had a monster game today.
Yeah, but we're setting up for the kick here. Mercy Mlondani. Hornets want a block. Hornets get the block. Pick it up. Oh, no. Oh. I say oh no because we had it on our fingertips. Might have sent that one all the way back. But Hornet defense holds. Hornet defense gets the block. At the end of the first half, East Central 17, Wagner 14.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Wagner High School Marching Band. For Wagner, Thunderbirds Band is under field direction of drum majors Anthony Nduga, Steve Luna, and Chris Gilchrist. It is my pleasure to introduce the Wagner table dancers and cheerleaders. The table dancers under the direction of Christina Lala and Ian Faith. The officers for the table dancers are Colonel Henry Ramirez, Major, on a parade, and TR every other. Chamber Dance of the Week is Kayla Fuentes. And the pair of cheerleaders are under the direction of head coach Ebenezer Davis and assistant coach Natalia Biz. Cheerleader of the Week is Allison Seltzer. The Wagner Chamber Dancers will perform a dance routine to Dance Again. Wagner Chamber Dancers. Number 10 will now present the 2021 QL Marching Show entitled French Heavy Water. Let's have the week as the band directors.
Principal for Wagner High School is Mr. Stella Papa.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the field the East Central Florida Hornet Band. Your major for the 2021 Hornet Band is made right now. Winner, Florida, Emerson Flair. Their crew is Abu Teja. This week's sections of the week are the drum line and the color guard. This week's band members of the week are Destiny Briggs, Abigail Bryant, Jordan Bennett, and Mason Burgess. This week's freshmen of the week are Gavin Turnage, Tristan Hall, and Mackenzie Fleicher. Thank you. This week's color guard members of the week are Ana Olivares and Paulina Hernandez. Tonight, the Vernon Hornet Band will begin their performance with Gabriel's Oboe and the Morgan Symphony finale from their 2021 contest show titled Stained Glass.
Please welcome your fourth grade East Central Underneath Varsity Dance Team and Adult Star Drill Team. Third Star Officer is Colonel Mia FedEx. Third Star of the Week is Alexis Whitaker. Honorary officers are Lieutenant Angelina Martinez, Lieutenant Alyssa Vaughn, Major Elise Green, Lieutenant Colonel Sheldon Kieranzek, and Colonel Juliana Morales. Honorary of the Week is Gabriela Martinez. Directors of the Hornet Band are Ron Gardner, Scott Johnston, and Richmond Dover. The Hornet Band honeybees and good stars like the same Principal Street McKay, Superintendent Walter Connell, and Athletic Director Suzette Mariano. Tonight, as always, go Hornets!
All right, fans, welcome back after that great halftime show by the East Central High School Hornet Band. And in fact, we have our guest this afternoon, the assistant band director from the Hornet Band, Mr. Thomas Espiriqueta, Mr. E, as they call him. How's the band looking this year, sir?
They're looking incredible this year. Despite that, we didn't do a show last year. Trying to get back into the swing of things was a little on the difficult side, but yes, we're doing great, and we're ready for our contest season.
Contest season it is. I'm going to say one thing before I ask you about that, and this is a true fact in my humble opinion. This year over last has been the greatest improvement I've ever seen in our band since I've been here for 11, 12 years. From the marching basics, the tone of the play, everything has been an improvement and a great improvement this year.
Thank you very much. We attribute it to the work ethic of the students, and we have wonderful leadership on the students.
Mr. E, we're not going to keep you long. Tell us what's coming up contest-wise, what parents and fans should do to help support the band.
Tomorrow we have a contest over at Judson High School. It's called the U.S. Band's Yamaha Cup, and we perform in the afternoon. And then next Saturday, will be our UIL region contest.
All right, we got a game coming up here. Thanks for bringing yourself up into the booth and the band out to a field tonight to support the Hornets. Great going. Good luck to y'all in contest. And I want to send a shout-out to your boss while you're here.
Okay.
Mr. Ron Godson, the director of bands here at East Central, out on the field.
Yes.
Great job, Mr. E. Thank you for coming up and talking to us this evening.
Thank you very much.
And here we go, fans. Second half it is. Thunderbirds send two back deep to receive the kickoff. Speedy guys, you say they are, Barry?
They are really fast, really deep in the skill position. If there's anything that Wagner is deep in, it's definitely skill position, especially running back.
Kobe Sanders, number 3. Joshua Collazo, number 4, I believe, are the two set back deep. Gauna kicking off for the Hornets. And just short of the 10-yard minimum before contact made by a Hornet player.
Yeah, the ball went out on the East Central side of the field, about the 49-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Wagner ball right there at the East Central 49-yard line.
You hate to be that defender that's staring at the ball and not the player that's coming at you at 30 miles an hour.
That's true. But going back to that kickoff, I mean, what type of that is quite a weapon to have if no one's going to kick deep to you. They have so much respect for you that they're going to give you 50 yards, or in this case, 44 yards to potentially score a touchdown or get some points on the board. That is a testament to that.
Major respect for those speedsters. Pass to 22 leaves off picks up where he left off. 22 is Darian Thomas.
Brought down by number 3, Trayshawn Johnson.
44 also in on the tackle for the Hornets. That's Timothy Huff. Pitch back to the running back, number 4. Nice, almost dragged down by Aiden Pathaphone. Finally handled by 21 for the Hornets, J.J. Hernandez. What was JJ doing this time last year, Barry?
I think JJ was nursing an injury, wasn't he?
Okay, what was he doing 2 years ago? It wasn't a
He was a running back. He
That's
was
what
a
I'm getting
running
at.
back.
And he has turned linebacker on us, doing a phenomenal job at that position as well.
They have him an outside linebacker. He's covering a lot of ground. Actually, middle linebacker right now.
Hand it off again, 22, Darian Thomas. I heard that did not see the tackle. Looks like
That number 3, Trayshawn.
Trayshawn, I believe, was the tackler.
Oh, my gosh.
Trayshawn Johnson.
He's had a monster game so far. Kick return for a touchdown. Great hits. This is a good, hard-nosed, old-school game.
Handoff off the middle goes nowhere. Big, strong tackle by that gentleman, number 99. That's Ray Espinosa. Strong tackle.
And here it comes again. It's 4th and 1 again for Wagner. Wagner feels like they're going to try to flex their muscles. They're looking at the sideline. They're not sending in any type of special teams. Wagner's going to go for it. They lost this battle just before halftime. It's 4th and 1. We'll see what happens this time.
It's going to 22.
It's going number 1, right up the gut. Right there.
Up the gut, number 1 it is. That's Mr. Ford. Markel Ford for the Wagner Thunderbirds. First down, Wagner.
There are 12 minutes played in each quarter. It is already 3 minutes on this drive, and they started at the East Central 45-yard line. That takes a lot of wind out of the sails of a defense.
I always ask my question, this question to myself, why doesn't it also tire down the offense?
Because they're actually
Hold that thought, Barry. We got a touchdown on our hands. Wagner Thunderbirds, go ahead, Barry.
21-yard touchdown catch. Caught East Central napping a little bit. They have those wing T sets, basically 2 tight ends set deep or wings set deep, and he just ran a skinny post up the hash marks about the width of the field goal post. He followed that. East Central was caught napping because we bit on the run. Touchdown, Wagner.
Point after attempt is good. Should be 21. What's the score there, Barry?
Yep. We have Wagner 21, East Central 17.
21-17.
8 minutes and 44 seconds left in the third quarter.
If you didn't catch it earlier, from my perspective, I nearly need to stretch my neck about 3.5 feet to be able to see our scoreboard. So that duty is going to fall to my colleague Barry Huff tonight, score reporting duties.
And we also appreciate the folks that are also doing the production up here behind the scenes. We have my man Sam running things, and he, of course, will put the score on the little crawl across the bottom of the screen that you see there occasionally. So big ups to Sam.
Speaking of scores, let's look at some other scores around the league tonight. Let's see. We got Steel New Braunfels in a nail biter to this point. 14-14 tied up at halftime. Steel and New Braunfels. That's at Steel High School. Other 27-6A games, I don't see any going on right now. Otherwise, in the San Antonio area, Veterans Memorial in Johnson, Buda Johnson, a close one. There's Trayshawn again, tripped up. By number 14 for the Thunderbirds, that's Jeremiah Cherry, also a running back.
So this time around, Wagner staying true to their running lanes as they're going down the field, and no matter all the extra running across the field that Mr. Johnson was doing, they're ready for the stop. Pretty good return. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
What can you tell me about Wimberley High School, Barry?
I think Wimberley is an outstanding team out of 4A, I believe. Outstanding football team.
Up 63-7 against the YMLA of San Antonio.
YMLA is a fledgling team. Oh my
There we
God!
go.
It's a footprint.
Into the hands of number 8, Austin Vivier. For a 70-yard plus touchdown catch and run. Bosenko to Vivier. Touchdown, Hornets, touchdown, East Central.
Don't get me wrong. Austin was running. But that pass on time, on target, Cade Bosenko put his foot in the dirt, leaned into that pass. That was a laser, but brilliant running. It's a foot race. Austin won it.
If that ball gets in the point after attempt, good, by the way, by Gauna. If that ball gets into the hand of Austin tonight, I'm putting my money down that he's going in the end zone. I'm going to call it right now. Austin Vivier, he's going to get another one tonight if he touches it.
My gosh, he had one called back earlier, and he got that when there was no flags on the field. 76-yard touchdown, pitch and catch. Oh, and that was pretty. As a track person, that looked beautiful. I wish he ran a little bit more track.
As a statistics person, that prediction I just made is probably a pretty foolish one, but I would like to see it happen anyway. Update, Smithson Valley 30, Clemens 0 at halftime. Smithson Valley running the 27-6A at this point. New Braunfels, I believe, is our second place team.
Let's just go ahead and say Comal County is Comal ISD. Comal County is running our district at the moment. New Braunfels High playing good. Smithson Valley playing good as always. It's going to be tough to get out of this district.
Am I correct? They're opening a new high school in the Smithson Valley area, or did it just happen? Or
so much explosive growth out there, really all over Texas and all over this area, this corridor here. Nice
only
pick.
one receiver back this time for, and that's number 1, Ford. Perhaps trying to entice the Hornets into kicking to him by only sending the one deep back.
It was an interesting kick. They kicked it just short, even though Gaona could probably get towards the end zone, but they weren't going to give him that full head of speed. They wanted him to think about it. They wanted to hustle down the field. It was just strategic kicking. Good job by the Hornets. Good coverage. Heck of a run. As soon as he touched that ball,
Markel Ford, that running back. Jeremiah Cherry 14 in the backfield this time. With the usual complement, this time quarterback running again, Isaiah Williams, for a pickup of about 5 yards on the play, maybe 4. Second down now and 6 to go at the 38-yard line. I was saying the normal complement, Cherry in the backfield, but number 22, Darian Thomas, also back there with him. Handoff to the first man through at is number 14, Cherry.
this stats sheet is just running backs. Just another running back. Again, grinding up down the field. This is a old school football. Wonderful to watch.
What if you're not old school?
And ladies and gentlemen, this is what old school football looks like.
Quarterback keeper number 11, Isaiah Williams.
Yeah, the argument always is old school football, old school anything attractive to newer viewers, and you have to appease both groups. You have to keep it interesting, but at the same time, nostalgia is always intoxicating.
Barry Huff, the poet laureate of Friday Night Football. Nostalgia is intoxicating. Wagner sets up with 1 yard to go for the first down, 3rd and 1, and they just push it through. My guess, it might have been number 1. Could have been the quarterback keeping it.
See how quickly they got to that line? They weren't going to let East Central get set, really dug in, because East Central's already proven that they can stop a 4th and 1.
Flag on the play, and also an injured player. That flag was way after the.
Probably because he took his helmet off.
There you go.
He took his helmet off.
Oh, he was hurt. I'm hurt, coach. I'm going to take my helmet off and scream a little bit.
So I think that the coach is arguing that, look, he's hurt. If it's an official's timeout, it would have been just fine. Probably what he's saying.
Yeah. Rules is rules, Barry.
Rules is rules, but sometimes is it the spirit of the law or the letter of the law?
This official says unsportsmanlike conduct. We're going for the rule of the law on this one.
Ooh.
So, again, player was hurt. Not seriously. He managed to get off the field on his own power. In the process, though, took his helmet off and was penalized for doing so.
We get it. We get it. That was a tough penalty. That's something that you don't want to see, but they had to. They had no choice. They had no choice. Because what they didn't like, East Central would have probably been on fire about on our side. What? He took his helmet off. Something like that.
Well, Wagner Thunderbirds are really hearing it from the coach over on their far side. Not sure exactly what about, but probably something important. I am not the poet laureate of Friday Night Football.
What you call a heck of a game, James. We got 5 minutes, 56 seconds left in the third period. East Central 24, Wagner 21.
So officials on the far side still discussing matters and details of the last play. Looks like we're going to go with where the ball is set. $25 yards to go. Down, I'm not sure. Nice shoestring tackle by the Hornets. Looks like number 21 might have been a tackler, Juan Hernandez.
Juan Hernandez, not the biggest kid on the field, but always knows for that football. As that running back, he recognizes cutting lanes, I'm sure, and is able to almost beat that running back to that hole.
Toss to the tailback. Nice. First hit by Aiden Pathaphone. As I said, Aiden sees no blockers. He sometimes just transmorphs himself through that lead blocker and hits the runner. Aiden Pathaphone, once again, and his hits are always dramatic. Upending, flattening, those types. Aiden Pathaphone, number 23.
I didn't see the penalty, but it does look like a flag on the play. Ooh, is that unsportsmanlike conduct?
Aiden Pathaphone, I had him as a freshman. Let me also say a very intelligent and impressive young student.
Personal foul called against Wagner.
Personal foul against Wagner.
I think they're going to say it's after the play. No, during the play. It's still second down. And Wagner's going to lull you to sleep with all the run. And they're going to – you want to see a running team with this type of impossibility.
Second down and ages to go.
But then they break like that.
Wagner breaks a run for by number 22, Darian Thomas. making up a good chunk, maybe 10, 15 yards there. Still another 25 yards to go for the first down. Third down now. Wagner.
And even though this is a throwing down, you would think it is with 4:27 and change on the board, counting down, left in the third quarter. I think this is 2-down territory for them, and they're going to run this to death. I don't think that's
only a single wide receiver up top.
Ooh.
And they hit a short receiver.
Oh.
Big tackle.
Finished off by J.J. Hernandez.
I think Elijah Simons, maybe 22, the first hit. Somebody on that far side, one of those corners, delivered.
It was the right pass for Wagner, the little short to the flat.
And we do have an official's timeout, Barry.
Oh, no. Athlete hurt far side of the field. It's like a cramp.
It's going to be a cramp there, it looks like. We shall refrain, however, from making such judgments.
That's well said. Well said.
I would like to take the opportunity, and this gentleman doesn't get thanked enough. Mr. Ed Champagne, our trainer here at East Central High School, been along since 1927. And doing great things here at East Central High School. He does so much outside of what you would normally think a trainer would do just to get ready for these events. So thanks to Ed Champagne.
And his crew. His
and his
staff
crew,
is great.
yes.
Because I think there's actually 3 trainers at East Central nowadays.
Wagner, first punt of the evening, I believe. And a nice one. Takes a good Wagner roll. Probably about a 45-yard punt with a roll there.
Down by Nathan Western, number 10.
Set the ball at the 21-yard line. First down, Hornets. Let's go, Hornets. Let's get this one rolling. Get ourselves another score so we can go into the fourth quarter with a little bit safer lead.
I think that defense needs a rest. The defense needs to be rewarded a little bit. It'll be one of them back-breaking 10-play drives.
Trips left. Jack Stewart closest to us, I believe. Now send number 7 in motion, Avery Kane, to the right-hand side. Line up on the line. Caden passes off to the left side to Avery. Avery ahead of his blocker. And number 10 able to make the tackle.
That's well called right there. If he'd a little bit more patient, set up that block, he might have got good yardage, but not bad. Play was kind of busted from the beginning. He still gained 3 yards. Looks like East Central Start is going to be content with running the clock down a little bit. Play clock is at 14, 13, 12, 11. A reverse.
Reverse to, guess who? Austin Vivier. Austin Vivier, as usual, making a dramatic and productive run. This time for about 12 to 13 yards. First down, Hornets.
So we have right next to us, we have just a veteran reporter, Mike Considine, who for the Southside Reporter, covering the game, does a great job. And Mike just said that when he gets a couple of years older, he's going to be quite an athlete, especially when he gets under center, possibly next year.
Option pitch out to maybe Vivier again. That is Vivier, number 8.
That is interesting. They they're putting the ball in athletes' hands. That's what you're supposed to do.
And they're leaving him. No, they're going to pull him on this play. Correction, they're going to set him up in the wide receiver position.
Little flanker there, little split in, little slot receiver. All those mean the same thing.
Well, to me, they're all different. I'd spend an afternoon trying to figure out the difference. Handoff inside to number 39, I'm guessing, Kenyon.
Absolutely.
It is Kenyon McClure.
Love how he made a decision. When he finally made his decision, again, foot in dirt, ran behind his pads, able to squeeze it through, will make it 3rd and 2.
You know, Barry, back in the days when I grew up, the guys that you would see run up the middle were those big old guys. And now you're seeing these little fellas make their way through the little holes.
Because the bottom line is that the splits on the offensive line are much bigger now, causing the defenders having to spread out a little bit more. Ooh.
That's number 5 for the Hornets. Caden Bosenko on the keeper.
And so back in the day, you'd have splits where they're like almost the feet for the offensive linemen real close together. But now the splits are often 1.5 feet, 2 feet apart, and it opens the lanes a little bit more. And if the defensive linemen are unwise, they're going to get zone blocked out of those holes. So again, spreading the field out allows the small guys to run hard.
Kenyon McClure, handoff, run left, and defensive pursuit in the background. Backfield is what I'm trying to say. Flag on the play, however. Holding against the Hornets.
10 seconds left on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. On the snap, when they set the ball, the play clock will begin.
So back in the day, as we were talking about, when you said the linemen lined up a lot closer, the gaps in between were a lot smaller. Would they then rely just more on brute force, just pushing that defensive line forward? I'm thinking of instances like William the Refrigerator Perry. He didn't shoot any gaps.
No, he just ran.
He just ran up and ran some people over.
Yeah. But
tell the young fans who the Fridge was, Barry.
The Fridge was a defensive lineman. He played defense. He tackled people for a living. But because he was athletic enough, a lot of times back in like 1984, 1983, 1985, they lined him up in the backfield for novelty, one. But number two, he was the lead blocker for Walter Payton, quite possibly one of the greatest running backs of all time. But they would also run with him, and they would throw to him sometimes. The Fridge was a big, huge, like 6'3", 6'4", 365-pound.
And when he came trotting on the field, the fans would just go crazy to see this big old boy about to run the ball into the end zone.
Memories.
1st and 10 Hornets now, ball at the 38-yard line. By 1st and 10, I mean 1st and 20. Kenyon gets the carry. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play. Before the stop by number 88. 88 is Greg Williams.
Again, the length they have on this line, they're not big fellas. They're long, and they're taught to shoot the gap, meaning the areas in between the offensive linemen. They're quick, but he's Central's outflanking them at the moment.
Kenyon runs around the outside side, enough speed not to take the loss. But not nearly enough for the first down. Still another 15 yards to go. Set the ball at the 43-yard line. 3rd down and about 16. Kenyon reverse. Vivier into the hands and complete. Yes, it is a complete pass to number 6, Samuel Paget. Handoff to McClure. He pitches back to Austin Vivier, backup quarterback. He finds number 6, Samuel Paget, down the right-hand side. First down, Hornets.
Timely play, timely catch. East Central needed that. Keep that clock running. Keep this drive going. It is a wonderful drive. East Central's mixing it up. I'm looking quite confident with 11 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
Would that qualify as trickeration or not so much?
That's absolutely trickeration.
All
Double
right.
reverse, flanker pass.
Bosenko this time on the option, keeps it, head down into the chest of the defender. Caden Bosenko.
He is such
Picks up 9.
such a load. He's a little guy. He seems little, but he's such a thick, low center of gravity. Do you think you can take out the quarterback? And that guy just put that helmet in that defender's chest and ran him over.
Timeout, Wagner. Once again, Hornets Stadium here at East Central High School. My name is James Bryant. My colleague's name is Barry Huff. We're watching a great one. Hornets 24, Thunderbirds 21. The down is second, yardage 1 to go for the first down. Handoff to Kenyon McClure. Kenyon steps right, jukes left, makes 5 yards. That's plenty for the first down. First down, Hornets.
We have an injured player on the field for Wagner.
And officials timeout.
That's where this attrition is. When you look at the sideline, you see partially because, again, Wagner is the smallest, one of the smallest schools in 6A. And with this, when being a smaller school, you're not going to have as many people play football, and you're going to be reliant upon a lot of Ironman football kids playing both offense or defense, playing a lot of plays. East Central's one of the largest schools, if not the largest school in our UIL district, and lots of substitution you saw East Central doing on that line, and so it's going to be a battle of attrition. It's not simply, hey, these kids need to be in shape. It's like these kids are not only running, but they're taking a pounding each day. I believe 94 is actually one of their defensive linemen. I think actually one of their interior linemen taking that pounding as well.
Nehemiah Hernandez, 6'3", 245.
So it's right now, it's next man up for Wagner. Dig in, play hard the next play. 10 minutes, 17 seconds left, third of the fourth quarter. Hornets 24, Wagner 21.
Caden Bosenko chats with his compadre there to his left. Kenyon McClure says, here, Kenyon, you take this, make some yardage, and he picks up about 4. On the block from number 71 for the Hornets, that's Mr. Joseph Reynosa.
Again, he says he's going to be content to let the time clock run out a little bit. I see 19 seconds left on the time clock. Probably snap it around 11, 10 seconds. Oh, we're letting it go down real far.
McClure at the right side, right shoulder of Bosenko this time. Gets it again, and nice penetration by 73. Christian Donaldson for the Thunderbirds.
Makes me wonder if East Central's just going to keep trying to run down the clock as much as possible. Wagner does have 2 timeouts remaining left in this final, the second half, and East Central has all their timeouts. What will end up ultimately, you want them. East Central's going to want to get a first down. They want a touchdown, but Gauna has been so good. I wonder if they're feeling pretty confident with that.
East Central with 4 players on the left side of the center. Bosenko goes the other way, right side, looks for a receiver, finds Jack Stewart, pins him, and hits him. You got to know Bosenko knew he was going to stop and come back for that. That's got to be a call play. That was beautifully executed. Jack on a little curl pattern, or
I would say a deep out, or maybe even a dig route. It was really quite beautiful. The rollout, it was a design rollout, just as you said, James. But he came back to the ball. That ball was, oh my gosh! He's such a quick trigger, that Caden Bosenko. Beautiful location, perfect placement.
Bosenko points at something in the backfield of Wagner, informing his fellow players of what's going on back there. Bosenko takes it, runs it himself, finds a little bit of room there on the left-hand side, relies on his front line to get him wherever he needs to go, which is not much further. About a 3-yard gain.
Wagner's defense has been on the field for a long time, and they're still pounding, still fighting.
And they're still big.
They're still big. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Two running backs now in the backfield with Bosenko. 81, it looks like Lane Myers. To the left side. Throws a block, but we're going the other way with Austin Vivier. No.
That was a great tackle. Number 12, Brendan Martin for Wagner. Touchdown saving tackle.
Touchdown saving indeed. Vivier had the option of cutting it inside. Might have had a little better success that way, but third down now in any case, and about 2 to go for the touchdown. It is a 3rd and goal. No chance for the first down. That's what that means.
I think they're going to call timeout. Play clock's at 9, 8, 7. They're going to call a timeout when it probably gets to 1 or 2, something like that. Call timeout now.
Don't you want to run a quick play first on 3rd down and then bring in Gauna for 4th down?
Possibly, but still they had their full contingent of timeouts. They need to regroup a little bit. Maybe offensive line was gassed. On that play, you had mentioned that Austin Vivier could have made that cut inside, probably brought against it.
Because the clock would continue to run.
Clock would continue to run, but more importantly, there's some big boys on the inside. So he's going to cut it to the outside to keep him to stay a little safe, but he would have run right into a vicious hit from big boys, so he cut it to the outside. But again, essential timeout. The time was running down on the game play clock, not the game clock. They felt secure calling a timeout here. 2 yards out of the end zone, 3rd and goal. This is possibly 2-down territory. Even though they'll probably get a good try from Gauna. I've heard his name now pronounced Gauna now. But he's an outstanding kicker. I think this is 2-play territory for the offense. They're going to try to punch this in.
I pray that I don't see Miss Gauna in the parking lot again after today's game. It'll be curtains for me.
We're really trying, Miss Gauna.
Caden Bosenko sees 2 receivers up high. That means to his left. Hands off to Kenyon. Kenyon pushes hard, but only down to the 1 yard line. How much time do we have there on the clock, Barry?
6:40, 6:39, 6:38.
Oh, some flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
We got a little swatting and swooping going on inside.
I bet it's going to be
That's going to be against the Hornets, against Wagner, I
think
believe.
it'll be both. I believe it's going to be
Probably will
offsetting
end up being,
penalties,
yeah, probably will.
unsportsmanlike conduct.
I saw some white jerseys, hands flying up in the air. Not sure if that was anything to do with a penalty or not. We shall see. Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Hornets, and we'll have offsetting penalties, unsportsmanlike on the Wagner Thunderbirds as well.
So it's nothing lost except their warnings, first warnings to both players. The second time there's an offsetting, unsportsmanlike conduct caught on either player, they're going to be ejected from the game.
Fourth down, a chance for the Hornets to pad the lead just a tiny bit. You got it, Caden run it. Yeah, there you go. Inside, touchdown Hornets. Caden Mosenko, touchdown Hornets. Touchdown East Central. Caden Mosenko on the 1 yard. Stint to the outside, turn it up inside, and just power his way through over the line of scrimmage.
Flag on the field, unfortunately. It looks like after the touchdown, because that touchdown run was not easy. But he's talking to East Central's head coach, Coach Hubbard. So it must be against Wagner.
Interesting that they bring in Austin Vivier to do the holding. Caden Mosenko, the normal ball holder on the extra points. Some reason Austin Vivier in.
Are they trying to? Are they gonna? Oh, they're gonna fake it. Oh, it's a guess. We're guessing there's a fake up here. He's quick. Timeout. Looks like officials timeout.
That's it. Let's look at the score. Is there a benefit to them risking going for the 2 points here?
That is a good question. Hopefully there isn't an injury to the normal placeholder. I hope not. Caden just ran that quarterback. Keep.
All routine, all good. Point after attempt. It was a good one. Gauna makes it what score, Barry?
The score is East Central 31, Wagner 21, 6 minutes, 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Once again, fans, the reason I keep asking Barry for the score is, from my perspective in our little booth here, I am totally unable to see the scoreboard. So whatever Barry tells me the score is, I have to believe him.
I will say this: even though you may not be able to see the score, you're actually able to see the score thanks to our man Sam, the guy who's really does a beautiful job of producing this live stream. He has all this equipment, and he and his team have all these cameras. And they've gotten better and better as each game has gone on. But you see the crawl on the bottom of the screen?
Absolutely, I do, and thanks for reminding me of that, Barry. Score crawling across the bottom. Hornets 31, T-Birds 21. Is that what you told me?
Absolutely.
Sam is on.
I like looking at this, though. He's pretty fancy. Pretty fancy.
It is.
Mike Considine, again, representing Southside reporter, just been doing this for a long time here in San Antonio, sitting right next to us, keeping stats. He said unofficially that was a 17-play, 79-yard scoring drive for the Hornets. Wow. That was just wonderful to watch.
Look at where they're kicking off from now, too. The 45 of Wagner.
Because of that personal foul.
Because of the personal foul.
Now, Gauna, he's going to kick it deep. He's going to kick it into the end zone. Because as soon as that ball touches the end zone, it's going to be a touchback. This is going out of the end zone, I predict. flag on the play, I believe
It's going to be an offsides
Yeah,
against the Hornets,
yeah.
meaning that one of the players on the line outran the kicker. Is that the way it goes?
That's exactly right. But so that means that they're probably going to re-kick it. Maybe they can decline it if they want to. But again, the weaponry that Wagner has on the kick return, causing East Central to go ahead and give up all that field position.
Wagner's going to leave it right there where they downed it. And it'll be a first down and 10 Thunderbirds at their own 33-yard line. My apologies, they own 38-yard line.
Well, the coaches for East Central had them ready to play. Great game against South San a couple of weeks ago, had to buy to prep. And now East Central was ready to play against this unusual offense that Wagner has, an unusual yet potent offense, this old school wing T.
Wouldn't hurt to mention our head coach's name, Mr. Joe Hubbard. And how long has Coach Hubbard been here? About five years now?
About.
Quarterback drops back. He's sacked. He goes down. Number 10, Cornell George. Only his second tackle of the night, but a big one.
That was a great work by the defensive line, actually linebackers of the Hornets. That Wagner front line has been blocking good, opening holes all day, but having to go back into pass protection instead of just shooting out is a different matter entirely. That quarterbacks, for the sake of those guys, have to get that ball out a little bit more quickly.
Cornell George, great personality as well. Wait and see him on the basketball court later on this year as well. Oh! Awesome pass, awesome catch out to number 4, Joshua Koyaso. He feels it, though, right on the point of the reception. He feels it from the corner safety out there for the Hornets. Might have been Aiden again.
Yeah, but look at him. He's hurt a little bit, but he's still game. He's still out there leaving it all on the field for his team. That was great catch. Great catch after a punishing hit.
I don't know how every hit that Aiden makes is a punishing hit, but it seems that way. Cornell again on pursuit, along with number 44 for the Hornets. That's Timothy Huff.
Just outstanding play. The linebackers starting to tee off on obvious passing downs. It's 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Wagner suddenly has to become a throwing team.
Well, Wagner just lost a bit of its speed. Number 4, who was shaken up play prior, has come off the field.
Replaced by number 1, who has been running hard all game.
Just as speedy as number. In fact, option available to number 1. Quarterback keeps it, though. And fumble on the play. Seems that Wagner has picked it up again. 57, Blake Miller, I believe, was in on that tackle.
And look who scooped up that ball. The running back that just came in, number 1, Markel Ford of Wagner.
Blake Miller came all the way from the line of scrimmage area to trail that runner and tackle him from behind. Lone running back, 2 wide receivers left. Quarterback keeper, he's been successful the last couple of plays. He is this play, and awesome tackle.
Well, East Central has to be a little wary right now. It's 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Clock is still running. Wagner's down by 10, but deep inside the East Central territory. They're taking a big chunks of change, not by throwing, but by their staple, running that ball.
Pitch it right side. JJ 21 pushes that. Go ahead, Barry.
Go ahead.
Pushes that lead blocker straight into the mouth of the running back and just knocks them both down bowling pin style. JJ Hernandez. JJ goes bowling on the Wagner Thunderbirds.
We have poet laureate James Bryant.
Pass into the end zone. Only a Hornet there to catch it. Interception and touchback. Aiden Pathaphone, number 23.
I'm not so certain he's going to go 5'10", 5'11", but I do know he has a big heart and big hits and a super timely interception with 2 minutes and 59 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And think of the psychological blow that puts against Wagner. Wagner thinking they have a chance, pushing and knocking on the door, all to come up with an interception when they're inside the 20-yard line. That's tough.
Student body right, student body left, student dive up the middle. This time to run some more for the Hornets.
Yes, sir. They do have 3 receivers available if Caden chooses to pass, but he'll hand it off inside, most likely to Kenyon McClure. Quincy Brown it is. 73 and 94. 73 is Joe Zapata. Let's try the other team. 73, Christian Donaldson.
There you go.
94, Nehemiah Hernandez also in on the tackle.
2 minutes, 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Know that after this timeout is official stoppage, so the play clock goes from 40 to 25 seconds. And once they get lined up and the referee blows a whistle, the game clock won't run, but the play clock will be running. They'll have 25 seconds to get this play off. And as long as there's not another timeout or official stoppage, every play, you'll have 40 seconds to run it. And all that simply to say is that I believe that East Central is going to spend a lot of time with the game clock, with the play clock in mind. One timeout left for Wagner.
No need at this point to be substituting anybody in to get any playing time. Let's just keep our regular players in there. They got a sense and a touch for the ball.
What you see on the field, that's what we're going to have in winning time. Let's see what happens in winning time.
Caden puts the hands up, hands the ball off inside. 26 again is Quincy Brown. Now third down, Barry.
That's a lot of yards. 8 yards to go. That's in Wagner's favor. Again, the clock, that's Wagner's final timeout. They're down by 10. East Central, they're probably going to play a conservative. Trust that defense because it's really hard to get that ball back. East Central's defense has been up to the task, especially in the second half.
I'm going to share a little moment with the fans, if you don't mind, Barry. Had we been announcing this game, just stadium announcing at this time, getting a little late, we're getting a little groggy. Who might we be imitating at this time?
Sammy Davis Jr.
Sammy Davis Jr. is the right answer. Barry and I have this thing where we love to imitate Sammy Davis Jr. and even more so, Sammy Davis Jr. imitating other people. So we would be in, about this time of night, we would be in full Sammy Davis mode. We will not put you through that. We'll watch some East Central football instead. Caden Bosenko hands up, runs out to the right side himself, looks for a receiver. Jack Stewart, it's that same play, Barry, where Jack stops, comes back for it, and look at that. It takes about 6 defenders to get Jack down.
That play takes a long time to develop. That offensive line is playing tonight. He rolls to his right. Jack runs about 10 yards, and comes back on what's called a dig route, and it's just a beautiful play. And again, Caden's just zipping that ball tonight.
And on time, too.
On time and rhythm. He's not afraid of what's happening. He sees this field very well. Clock running. 2 minutes, 5 seconds.
That's like going to a hotel and room services walks up there right there with you and ready to go.
That's right. All right, so now that's the stop, but the time is on East Central's side. The referee on the sideline puts his hand up, which means that the Play clock is running 35, 34. The game clock at 144, 143. There's just a few more plays that East Central has to run. Game clock at the play clock is at 22, 21. Game clock 132, 131.
About 9 out of 10 of my analogies actually make sense. Forget about that room service one for now. Just forget about it.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Handoff to the right-hand side. That's the smaller back 26, Quincy Brown.
But sure-handed. You want somebody with sure hands in the backfield late in the game. Not a lot of yardage, but he's not going to fumble that ball. Play clock at 31, 30, 29. Game clock at 54, 53, 52. East Central needs to have one more play to run, and this game is over. East Central up 31, Wagner 21.
Pull Quincy Brown out, put in Tyler Vivier.
They're going to drop to a knee. They're going to drop to a knee. That's all they have to do. They do have to do anything fancy. Get the ball, get the snap at 2 seconds, take a knee. They're going to run it. Stay in bounds. Stay in bounds. Oh, no.
Austin Vivier picks up enough for a East Central first down. That's good enough, Barry.
That is good enough. But
Maybe that was the plan all along, just ensure the first down.
It was well, I suppose so. I suppose so.
One would think.
I hope so, but there's still 15 seconds left. Now for this, take a knee, let it run out. The game is over. East Central, outstanding victory.
East Central wins. East Central wins.
Well, unofficially at this point.
Unofficially. Wins as a present tense. I've not yet called the game.
10 seconds left.
There we go. Now the fans come alive out there. Miss Salazar, Mr. Luna, thanks for your comments. Shout outs to both of y'all. Thanks for watching. Hornets win. Hornets win. 31-21 East Central.
Wow.
There's love all around at Hornet Stadium. Hornets win. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining Barry Huff and me via your computer device for this exciting game between the East Central Hornets and Wagner Thunderbirds. Final score, 31-21 East Central. We will see you soon, Barry. Anything else to say?
No, just a great night. It was a great night to be a Hornet.
Good night, fans. Signing off. Bye-bye.